At my promotion party, my parents said, "Your bonus will go to your sister since she needs it more." My boss laughed and said, "That's funny because she's not getting a single penny." Their faces fell when he said that. I'll never forget that night. It was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of my life, a celebration of years of hard work, but instead, it became the night I realized exactly how my family saw me. I had worked at my company for nearly 10 years, starting from the bottom and slowly moving up. I spent late nights working, gave up weekends, and missed vacations. Finally, all my effort paid off. I got a big promotion with a 6-figure salary and a nice bonus. My boss, Ellen, even threw a dinner party to celebrate. That was my mistake. I shouldn't have invited my family. The restaurant was fancy, one of those places where the menu has no prices, and the waiters wear suits. Alan had booked a private room. About 15 people were there, work colleagues, a few friends, and my family, my parents and my younger sister, Megan. Megan, the favorite child. I was always the responsible one, the hardworking one. Megan was the opposite. She never stuck with a job, jumped from one hobby to another, and always expected help when she messed up. My parents adored her. I knew they favored her, but I never realized how much until that night. Halfway through dinner, Alan stood up to give a toast. "I just want to take a moment to recognize something amazing," he said, smiling at me. "It's rare to find someone as hardworking as my name. She has proven time and time again that she's a huge asset to this company, and with her promotion, she'll be receiving a well-earned bonus." Everyone clapped and cheered. I felt proud. Then my mom spoke. "Oh, that's wonderful," she said, smiling. "Megan will be so relieved." The room went silent. I frowned. "What do you mean?" She looked at me like I was supposed to understand. "Well, sweetheart, we just assumed you don't really need the money, right?" she said lightly. "Jess is struggling, she lost her job again, and things have been hard for her. We thought it would be best if you gave her the bonus. She deserves it more." I felt sick. My dad nodded. "You've always been the stable one. Megan just needs a little help." I stared at them, then at Megan. She looked smug, like she had already won. I was about to respond when Alan laughed. "That's funny," he said, "because she's not getting a dime." The room grew tense. My mom's smile disappeared. "Excuse me?" Alan looked her straight in the eyes. "This isn't a family handout. My name earned this, no one else. You don't get to decide what she does with her money." My dad stiffened. "We are her parents. We have every right." "No, you don't," Alan interrupted. "She worked for this. You didn't." Silence. My mom looked shocked. For once, she had nothing to say. Megan, though, wasn't done. "This isn't fair," she whined. "She makes way more than I do. She can afford to help me." Alan ignored her and turned to me. "Do you want to give away your bonus?" I shook my head. "No, I don't." Megan scoffed. "Wow, selfish much?" That was it, I snapped. "Selfish?" I repeated, my voice shaking. "I worked 10 years for this, and you think you're entitled to it, just because our parents say so?" Megan crossed her arms. "I do deserve it more." I laughed bitterly. "You're delusional." My mom gasped like I had slapped Megan. My dad glared. "You're being dramatic." "No," I shot back. "I'm finally seeing things clearly." Megan pouted. "I can't believe you're doing this to family." I pushed back my chair and stood up. "No, you did this." I turned to Alan. "Thank you for the dinner. I think I've lost my appetite." And I walked out. As I left, my phone started blowing up, calls from my mom, texts from Megan flipping between insults and guilt tripping. My dad sent one message, "You embarrassed us." I didn't respond. I just turned off my phone and sat in my apartment, feeling years of bottled up anger finally surface. That's when I decided, I was done. Done being the responsible one. Done letting them use me. Done giving away my success like it belonged to them. But I had no idea things were about to get worse. The next morning, I went to work, tired but determined to move forward. I wouldn't let them ruin this for me. Then my HR manager pulled me aside. "We got a strange call from someone claiming to be your parent," she said. "They were asking about your salary and bonus." My stomach dropped. "They what?" She nodded. "We didn't tell them anything, but we wanted to let you know." I barely managed to thank her before rushing to my office, locking the door, and pulling out my phone. I had dozens of missed calls and voicemails from my mom. I played the most recent one, and my heart dropped. "Sweetheart, we need your online banking info. It's easier if we handle everything for you. We'll make sure Megan gets what she needs. Don't make this difficult." They weren't just asking for my bonus anymore, they were trying to steal it. I didn't waste a second. I called my bank, changed all my passwords, set up extra security, and locked down my account, just to be safe. I emailed Alan about what was happening. He called me into his office right away. I figured they wouldn't let this go, he said. Do you want me to get the legal team involved? Legal? That's when I realized how serious this was. My throat tightened. Not yet, I said, but I'll let you know if it gets worse. I should have said yes, because things were about to get a lot worse. The confrontation. I glared. What the hell are you doing here? Megan smirked. Mom gave me your spare key. Of course she did. Get out, I snapped. She leaned against my car, crossing her arms. Not until you stop being a selfish b*tch and do the right thing. I let out a sharp laugh. The right thing? You mean handing over my money? She grinned. Well, it's not just about the bonus anymore. I froze. What does that mean? Megan pulled out her phone. Mom and Dad are pissed. They think your corporate greed has changed you. She made air quotes, mocking me, so they decided to take matters into their own hands. She held up her phone. My stomach dropped. It was a Facebook post. Our daughter has turned her back on family, choosing money over love. After everything we did for her, she abandoned us. We are heartbroken. The comments were brutal. Relatives called me selfish. Family friends said they were disappointed in me. Strangers shamed me. Then I saw it, my full name and job title, tagged for everyone to see. They're trying to humiliate me, I muttered. Megan grinned. And it's working. I took a deep breath and looked her in the eye. You have no idea what you just started. Megan scoffed. Whatever, you'll cave, you always do. She turned to leave, but I stopped her with 3 words. Pack your bags. She frowned. What? I crossed my arms. You still live in Mom and Dad's house, right? The one I helped refinance 5 years ago? The one they can't afford without my help. Her face twisted. What are you saying? I shrugged. I co-own the mortgage, and since they decided to burn this bridge, I think it's time I stop paying for it. Megan's eyes widened. You wouldn't. I smirked. Watch me. Her face went pale. She knew what that meant. If I stopped paying, the house would be gone in months. Megan stormed up to me, shoving a finger in my face. Fix this. I smiled. No. Then I shut the door in her face. The war had begun. I knew I had just declared war, but I had no idea how far they'd take it. The Facebook post was bad, but I could handle that. The real problem was my parents' financial situation. 5 years ago, they nearly lost their house. Dad's business was failing, and Mom hadn't worked in years, drowning in debt. They begged me to help refinance the mortgage. I hesitated. I knew it was risky, but Mom cried. Dad promised to be responsible, and I gave in. Now, that decision was my leverage. But they weren't done yet. The next morning, I woke up to something worse, a fraud alert from my bank. Unusual activity detected. Someone tried to reset your password at 2 a.m. I felt sick. I knew exactly who it was. I called the bank, reported it, and locked my accounts down even tighter. Then I called my credit card company to add extra security. As soon as I hung up, my phone rang. It was Alan. You might want to sit down, he said. My stomach twisted. What now? He sighed. Someone called corporate this morning. They claimed you were embezzling company money for personal use. I went numb. They what? They wanted us to investigate your finances. Luckily, legal caught it right away. It was sloppy, and they had no proof, but I thought you should know. My own parents tried to ruin my career. Alan hesitated. Do you want us to take legal action? I clenched my jaw. Not yet, but if they try anything else, I want everything documented. Before we hung up, Alan added one last thing. By the way, we traced the phone number they used to call corporate. I already knew what he was going to say. It was your parents' landline. That was it, the final straw. I was done playing nice. I gathered every piece of leverage I had, mortgage documents, screenshots of the Facebook post, bank fraud alerts. Then, I made my first move. I called the bank that held my parents' mortgage. Hi, this is my name, I said, my voice steady. I needed to talk about the loan I co-signed and figure out how to remove my name. The bank worker checked my account. Yes, I see it here. To remove yourself, your co-signers would need to refinance the loan in their name only. Would you like to start that process? I gave a cold smile. Yes, I would. That evening, my parents showed up at my door like nothing had happened. My mom had her usual fake smile, and my dad stood behind her with his arms crossed. We need to talk, my mom said. I crossed my arms. Oh, about the Facebook post, the fraud attempt, or the fake complaint to my job. Her smile slipped. You're overreacting. We were just upset. You know we're under a lot of stress. Not my problem. My dad's jaw tightened. Look, let's move past this. Just give Megan the money, and we'll forget everything. I laughed. Oh, you'll forget? Like you forgot you tried to hack my bank account? Or get me fired? My mom sighed like I was the one being difficult. Sweetheart, don't be so dramatic. I stepped forward. looking them both in the eye. No, I said firmly, I'm done. I've already started removing my name from your mortgage. You have 60 days to refinance, or the bank takes the house. My mom gasped. My dad's face went pale. You wouldn't, he said. I tilted my head. Try me. Panic flashed in their eyes. Megan has nowhere to go, my mom whispered. I shrugged. Maybe she should have thought about that before trying to ruin my life. For the first time, I saw real fear in their eyes. Not anger, not disappointment, fear. They finally realized they had pushed me too far. My mother's eyes filled with fake tears. You wouldn't do this to your own family. I held her gaze. You stopped being my family when you tried to destroy me. My dad clenched his jaw. We didn't do anything to you, we just asked for help. I let out a bitter laugh. Help? You tried to steal from me. You tried to get me fired. You turned the whole family against me with your lies. I took another step forward. This time, my dad backed away. That's not asking for help, that's war. Just then, Megan appeared at the bottom of the porch steps. She had been waiting in the car, but when she heard my voice rise, she ran up. Oh my God, she groaned. Are you still whining? I turned to her, my voice cold. You. Megan crossed her arms. What, you gonna kick me out of my own house? Good luck. Mom and Dad won't let that happen. I smiled slowly. They haven't told you yet, have they? I asked, looking at my parents. Megan frowned. Told me what? My dad looked away. My mom wrung her hands. I let the silence stretch. Then I dropped the bomb. I already started the process to remove my name from the mortgage. If you three can't afford to refinance, the bank will take the house in 60 days. Megan's face went blank. What? She whispered. My mom stammered. We were going to tell you. Megan turned to them, eyes wide. Wait, so she's serious? Neither of them answered. Megan let out a crazed laugh. Oh my God, are you saying we might lose the house? My dad clenched his fists. Don't be dramatic, we'll figure it out. You can't, Megan shrieked. You don't have any money. And that was it, the moment she realized the truth. For years, Megan had lived knowing our parents would always catch her, that no matter how badly she messed up, someone else would fix it. But now, there was no one left to save her. Megan turned to me, her face twisted with rage. You're ruining us. I raised an eyebrow. No, you did that all by yourself. She ran up the steps and shoved me, hard. I barely stumbled, but Alan, who had just arrived, saw everything. In seconds, he was between us. That's assault, he said coolly. Want to try again? Megan's eyes flickered with fear. She knew who Alan was, my boss, the man who humiliated her at the restaurant. Her bottom lip trembled, but she refused to back down. This isn't over. Alan smirked. Actually, it is. Then he turned to my parents. By the way, we already have proof of your fraud attempts. He pulled out his phone, showing them the reports. If you come near her again, we'll press charges. Megan paled. My mom's fake tears disappeared. My dad clenched his jaw, holding back his anger, but I didn't need to hear a word. I had already won. They left without another sound. Megan got in the car, her whole world crashing down. My mom didn't even look at me, but my dad? He hesitated at the door, then he turned and stared at me, and in his eyes, I didn't see regret. I saw hate. Not disappointment, not sadness. Pure hatred. Because in his mind, I had destroyed his real child. I held his gaze, refusing to flinch. He didn't say a word, he just got in the car and drove away. And just like that, they were gone. For the first time in my life, I felt free. I thought I might feel guilty, sad, or empty, but I didn't. I felt relief. A month later, my parents tried to refinance the mortgage, but without me, they were denied. 60 days later, the bank took the house. Megan tried to get help from relatives, but after my parents' public meltdown on Facebook, most of them had cut ties. And me? I thrived. My promotion took off. Alan personally mentored me, and I excelled in my new role. My coworkers, the ones who had seen what I went through, still checked in. They were glad I had finally broken free. One evening, Alan pulled me aside before a big meeting. I've seen a lot of people in my career, he said. Some rise, some fall, but I've never seen someone win as hard as you did. I smirked. I had good motivation. He chuckled. That you did. It's been a year since I cut them off. They lost the house. They had to move into a small rental. Megan still refuses to get a real job. My parents still blame me for everything. And I don't care. They made their choices. And for the first time in my life, I made mine. I chose me. And I will never, ever go back. The end.